So, liebe Leute, wir beginnen jetzt mit dem PC Gaming Show Stream. Ich weiß noch nicht, ob was mich jetzt zukommt. Gestern hatten wir den Valfaris Stream gehabt, da war ich echt sehr skeptisch, was das für eine Scheiße soll. Aber das habe ich herausgefunden. Es ist eigentlich doch gar nicht so doof, weil es ist eigentlich normal bei der Valve, dass es so ist.
This is the PC Gaming Show,
Was gerade gar nicht.
a celebration of the most vibrant gaming platform. For the next 2 hours, you'll see all new gameplay footage, trailers, and
2 Stunden?
taking the stage today.
Gott. Please not.
Gameplay footage for Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, Borderlands 3,
Krass.
the reveal of Evil Genius 2, Starmancer, Last Oasis,
Krass, dass die nur so wenig Zuschauer haben.
from Coffee Stain Studios, Griftlands, Planet Zoo. What's next for Terraria?
What's next for Terraria?
The Ashes,
Cool.
Mosaic, Warframe,
Warframe?
Baldur's Gate 3, Shenmue 3, Unexplored 2,
Shenmue 3? Zeigen die jetzt ja auch? Krass.
Age of Wonders, Planetfall, and more. And now your PC gaming show hosts, Day9 and Frankie Ward.
Good morning, good morning. Yes, ladies and
Darf essen, ne?
gentlemen, welcome to the PC Gaming Show. Yeah, yes. We're so happy you're here today. We have a great show for you lined up. We got 30 games that we're going to be showing off. 30.
30
Some of
Stück.
them will be updates to existing franchises and titles. Others will be exclusive world first looks. Y'all ready? Well, I first want to thank our sponsors for helping make this event possible. Without their support, this event would not happen.
Epic sucks.
So thank you so much. Thanks to you for coming out. It's 10 a.m. in Los Angeles. Happy Monday, everyone. Best day of the week. Hello to all of you up in the balcony. And of course, thanks to you tuning in live from all over the internet, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're tuning in from, welcome. We're happy to have you. My name is Day9. I'm one of your hosts for this event. Joining me is the fantastic Frankie Ward.
Hello! Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Sean. Hello, everyone. Now, for you guys at home, for the first time, whatever platform you're watching on, we are going to be pulling your clever comments. Just remember that. I said clever comments. From Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook throughout the show, making you famous on the internet, on the screen. We're going to be sharing them live. And one of the things we're especially looking for are your questions for the Borderlands 3 team, because Sean, you've got a mission to put their questions to the developers later.
That's right. Midway through this show, I'm going to be asking those questions to the creative director of Borderlands 3. Use hashtag PC Gaming Show, and we'll read them live. Until then, let's start the PC Gaming Show with our very first title from UK developer Rebellion. Several years ago, they announced that they were working on the follow-up to Evil Genius, a real-time evil layer simulator.
And now, Rebellion is ready to reveal its nefarious vision for the project. So, PC Gaming Show, who's ready to stroke a cat menacingly? Here is the world exclusive reveal for Evil Genius 2 World Domination.
Vom Aussehen her hat es ja ein bisschen was von Team Fortress, ne? Team Fortress 2. Ich muss aber teilen, dass ich jetzt gerade überhaupt streame, ne? Habe ich das gerade richtig verstanden? 2 Stunden? Evil Genius 2. Also vom Aussehen her, weißt du? Der Artstyle.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is the successor to one of the most beloved RPGs ever. And with me to talk about it, I have Brian Mitsoda and Cara Ellison from Hardsuit Labs. Now, Brian, you were a writer on the very first game, so what does it mean for you to finally get to work on the sequel?
It means that a lot of people have very high expectations, and we have to meet those.
Well, let's take a look at whether you are going to meet them, because we are going to take a look at the world's first gameplay footage.
I guess I have to be the one to tell you. You're dead.
Aber krass, nur 40k Zuschauer, ne? 40k. Leute.
Most of you types won't even make it a whole year. We have one rule. You don't break the masquerade.
Die habe ich übrigens letztes Jahr ausgelassen, die. Und Devolver genauso. Und Bethesda auch. Devolver, Bethesda und PC Games habe ich letztes Jahr ausgelassen. Und dann angeblich gab es auch irgendwie VR als PK. Ich habe heute einen Tweet gelesen. Oh, ich stimme dir tatsächlich zu. Die zeigen viel zu wenig Gameplay zu ihren geilen Spielen. Die zeigen nur irgendwelche hardcore gerenderten Trailer. Und das war's dann. Das ist mir einfach aufgefallen mal. Die haben jetzt ja auch gerade kein wirkliches Gameplay gezeigt. Man sieht ja auch geil aus, ne? Seien wir ehrlich.
It's not just a case, though, of sucking blood and filling up your health meter, is it? Actually, different types of blood do different things.
That's right. So we have the resonance.
Ach, man kann jetzt einen Hashtag abgeben.
Vampires can kind of see the emotional.
Ich spiele gar keinen von denen.
Like fear.
Tut mir leid.
Or desire, and then they can feed on those people.
Hi. Warte mal. Das sind alles Sachen, die im Chat stehen, oder was?
And that can give you like extra boosts in the game.
And there were some really interesting characters in that trailer as well. What kind of
Oder?
relationships are we going to be forming with them as the player?
Well, very fragile, very volatile relationships, very mature.
Ich würde das so lustig finden, wenn jetzt einfach so, keine Ahnung, steht, was ist das für eine Scheiße oder so. Ah, hier wenigstens ein bisschen Gameplay-Footage zu dem Vampire-Ding.
That's right. So essentially, in the game, when you were made as a vampire, sort of very young vampire, a lot of other vampires were made at the same time, in this thing called the Mass Embrace. And that means that,
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Bloodlines sagt mir sogar was, aber nicht Vampire. Paradox Interactive. Okay. Wisst ihr, was geil wäre, wenn nochmal irgendwie so ein PC Mario Game rauskommen würde, so wie Mario Gallery oder Mario Smithing. Aber wäre am besten nochmal so ein Lernspiel, nicht irgendwie so ein Hardcore Jump'n'Run, sondern so ein Lernspiel. Das wäre doch geil. Ich gucke mal nach, ob es auch hier wieder mal eine Zeit gibt, was sie bestätigt haben. Weil ich habe gehört, bei Nintendo sollen es 40 Minuten sein.
We're going Q1 next year.
Fantastic. And when can we learn more?
Bloodlines2.com.
Thank you so much, Brian and Cara. Good luck. Give it up, guys.
Ich bin fleißig am Hochladen, also von daher, ja.
In space. Starmancer is a space station sim from Ominux Games and Chucklefish. After a catastrophe on Earth, humanity has launched a desperate attempt to find refuge among the stars. Your task is to manage a colony capable of sustaining life, crafting components, controlling colonists, and sending out crews to mine asteroids. But when you're living in space, there can be big consequences for even the smallest mistakes. Let's take a look at the brand new gameplay for Starmancer.
Ich habe hier gerade so eine kleine Liste bekommen, was da allgemein jetzt gerade so besprochen wird. Und da haben wir bisher Age of Wonders bisher nur. Und Evil Genius 2 haben wir bisher auch. Das könnte jetzt... Keine Ahnung. Age of Wonders vielleicht sein? Oder Last Oasis? Last Oasis hört sich da besser an, ne? Und man mir auch auf der Seite aufgeschrieben. Und es geht einfach nur mehr darum, damit ich einschätzen kann, wie lange wir da brauchen. Noch PC Games ist ja auch gar nicht. PC Gamer ist es. PC Games ist die Zeitung bei uns. Oh, die haben ja wirklich alles vorbereitet hier. 35 Sekunden, 11 Minuten. LOL.
Hey, Sean. Now I understand. Both you started as modders, working independently.
44.000.
Talk me about the collaboration that you started together.
Yeah, Steve. So we've known the Maneater guys for a long time, even giving them some advice when they were modders, going commercial, helping them not make the mistakes that we made. And we've been friends, and we've always wanted to work together. And now we've sort of formed this former mod team, professional super group to get an awesome game out to fans.
Yeah, and for us, this is a dream partnership as well. We've always been really close with Wire, and we really respect their game.
Mach ich mal wieder den Twitch-Chat auf, damit ich auch alles lesen kann. By the way, alle anderen gucken sich auch die ganzen PC, die ganzen PKs an. Hammer geil. Fühlt man sich wenigstens nicht so alleine. World Exclusive, oh. Chivalry, okay. Interessant. Netter Bericht.
Oh, talk to me about Chivalry 2, Steve.
Well, Chivalry 2 is about bringing players into their favorite medieval movie battle scenes. And our flagship game mode, Team Objective, does that by having players complete medieval objectives like sieging castles, raiding villages.
Ich darf ja mal ein bisschen essen, ne?
And yeah, you're not just going and standing in an area and then a bar fills up. You're, like you said, burning houses, killing peasants, you know.
Yeah.
Playing as peasants, getting killed.
It's really about letting the player experience every iconic moment of the era. And on top of that, this time around we've increased the player count scale to about 2.5 times what the previous game was, 64 players. And on top of that increased scale, we've added horses, which really allows us to add a lot of drama to the game and bring experiences like the Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones.
Weiß ich nicht.
Just Battle of the Bastards is going to be in the game.
Kann man das irgendwie beurteilen?
About the swordplay element to Chivalry 2. I mean, I know it's a really critical element.
Yeah, and this time around we've completely.
Wollen wir Hashtag Aimer reinschreiben?
What we're doing here is bringing a true sequel in every sense.
Yeah.
We've attempted to completely revamp the combat, movement, and animation system.
Krass, man kann einfach wirklich voten. Das ist cool. Das ist cool.
Action of the combat feels readable and fair, and also has the satisfaction and the weight that you would expect when two medieval knights in full armor are clashing.
Yeah, and it's very, very fluid and much more accessible than the previous game. And it's, you know, the pace is so much quicker. It was what I really enjoy when I'm playing it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the fluidity.
Ich sag jetzt schon, alle Spiele, die da vorgestellt werden, haben, denke ich, alle einen Epic Store Release. Aber sowas von. Die würden niemals ihre einfach so Games für Steam oder so zeigen, so.
A core part of our focus this time around has been making it so that players can fight multiple opponents at the same time.
Like 1-on-3, 1-on-4.
Wobei Warframe?
That's fundamentally part of the becoming the
Wenn es das da natürlich schon gibt, ich weiß nicht.
and achieving glory on the battlefield.
Well, I mean, I do have to ask, I'm talking about swordplay and mastery, but the original Chivalry, I mean, it's kind of like silly fun.
Hier war es Portal 3, ja.
The mastery with the fun.
Jetzt, bitte.
Yeah, our goal has always been to make it so that players can take the game as seriously as they want.
Die Leute von Steam kommen jetzt auf die Bühne. Sagen jetzt Half-Life 3 wird angekündigt.
Half our audience plays the game drunk, and we love that.
At least half.
Yeah.
That's an important metric to track.
And the game has a huge influence
Naja.
on Monty Python as well. I mean, in the over-the-top voiceovers and the role-playing opportunities. I mean, the game is genuinely hilarious. As an example, you can beat a man with a chicken.
Sie ist ja das gleiche, immer wieder Half-Life 3
Picking up a chicken is a
in den Chats. Portal 3, Half-Life 3.
Well, I mean, I have to ask, when can people get their hands on Chivalry 2?
So Chivalry 2 is coming out early 2020, and it's coming first to the.
Und Minecraft 2.
Oh, look forward to checking it out in early 2020. Gentlemen, John Gibson and Steve Piggott with Chivalry 2. Thank you so much. We are just getting started here at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at what's coming up next.
Ich brauche aber noch ein Game, was mich irgendwie abholen kann, weißt du?
Coming up.
Ja, Borderlands 3 auf jeden Fall. Plan zu.
From the creators of Darksiders, Remnant from the Ashes. Baldur's
Darksiders Entwickler, also hier THQ.
and gameplay footage.
THQ Nordic. Oder jetzt heißt es ja nur noch THQ wieder, ey. Es gibt auch jetzt irgendwie ein Spongebob-Spiel, was irgendwie rauskommen soll. Wo wir angefragt haben, ob die das machen können, ey. So bescheuert, ey. Was ist das denn hier? Blow your mind. Out now. Das sieht mir sehr Unity-mäßig aus, aber das Wort von. Mosaic heißt das Game anscheinend. Und ist anscheinend ein iOS und Android Spiel, was jetzt gerade rausgekommen ist.
That was a brand new trailer for Mosaic, a dark and atmospheric adventure game coming later this year from developer Killbyte and publisher Raw Fury. So how are you guys enjoying it so far? There's been some swords, some space stations, vampire puberty. We're listening to your reactions to the PC Gaming Show throughout the entire broadcast, no matter what platform you're watching and ranting on, so keep them coming. Our next game is a ghost-themed multiplayer hide-and-seek game inspired by a popular mod. Charge up your proton packs and get ready for Midnight Ghost Hunt.
World Exclusive. Xbox, ihr habt's mir. Microsoft macht das immer jedes Jahr aufs Neue, ne? So lustig.
When the night falls
Mhm.
When the night falls, you can count on me, darling. If you only knew, it'll make you feel brand new. So just tell me, where are you? I got a big surprise for you.
Oha. Das ist ja weird. Du bist sozusagen praktisch ein Geist. Midnight Ghost Hunt. Oh. Sun and Fall. Oh. Das ist cool. Ich find's echt cool. Es hat mal diesen weirden Effekt drin. Ne? Es hat was. Und ich kann mir tatsächlich bei diesem Spiel auch sogar vorstellen, dass man auch die Switch raufporten könnte. Ich meine, warum nicht, ne?
Joining me on the stage to talk about Midnight Ghost Hunt is the dynamic one-man team. Creative director, programmer, designer, it's Sam Malone!
Thank you for having me.
Sam, please tell us what is going on in that. What is Midnight Ghost Hunt all about?
So, Midnight Ghost Hunt is a multiplayer ghost hunting hide-and-seek game. You can play either as ghosts or ghost hunters.
Ist cool.
Like a 4v4 format. The ghosts can hide inside average
Und seine Firma ist anscheinend Coffee Stain. Okay.
But on the inside, they're not so harmless ghosts as you saw.
Du weißt ganz genau, wer die Leute sind dahinter, ne? Du guckst diesen Typen an und weißt ganz genau, wer es ist. Ist richtig aufgeregt. Aber sowas von. Da steht vorher vor richtig vielen Millionen Leuten. Also nicht jetzt gerade so vor Millionen Leuten, aber ihr müsst aber bedenken, Twitch ist ja auch noch mal dabei, Mixer macht noch einen Stream. Also die haben jetzt mehrere Streams auf einmal. Und hier auf YouTube sind es 48.000 Zuschauer. Also sitzt auch wieder ungefähr so vor 200.000 Leuten. Oh, das muss richtig kacke sein.
So the hunters, it kind of can be divided into two different segments. The first part of the game is kind of almost like a detective game because they're sort of trying to figure out where the ghosts are hiding because it's not obvious at first glance. So they've got gadgets like a...
Das ist ein nettes Game auf jeden Fall für zwischendurch und ich würde mir echt wünschen, dass man das für Switch porten könnte. Hat so einen Hide-and-Seek-Effekt auf jeden Fall. Ich meine, warum nicht, ne?
So those are kind of the two aspects of the ghost.
I see. Well, talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for Midnight Ghost Hunt. I understand it's based on Gary's mod called Prop Hunt.
Right. So that's definitely a big inspiration. But
Prop Hunt ist es auch.
Is that the props fight back. You saw the furniture; they hurl themselves at you, they knock you out, they send you flying. So it kind of almost becomes like this action hide and seek sort of mashup.
Stell dir mal vor, jetzt hätte er keine Antwort drauf gefunden. Der war hops genommen, ey. Was ist denn jetzt der Unterschied zwischen Prop Hunt von Gary's Mod? You see the ghost. Yes. No. Eigentlich muss man Hashtag C pushen. Das ist mal Hashtag C pushen. Nicht sicher.
They're a lot more powerful than before and they glow a very brilliant red. So at this point, the tables have turned. The hunters are now the hunted.
Baldur's Gate habe ich auch schon gehört, dass vielleicht daraus hier noch ein bisschen was gezeigt wird, weil, naja, wird ganz gut passen halt, ne? Wegen Stadia. Wir haben sich auch schon angekündigt. Manchmal frage ich mich so, was das für Leute sind, die das da schreiben. Heaven the Blade. Ah ja, okay. Smacky of Ace.
Later in the summer, we'll be giving out keys on our Discord as well as on our main website.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Malone from Vaulted Sky Games.
Ist schön, ist schön. Ich sag's wie es ist. Ich würde mir einen Switchport sehr freuen darüber. Die würden auf jeden Fall nichts Schlechtes damit machen. Nintendo will mal was damit schlecht machen. Vielleicht. Ja, ich würde mich darüber freuen. World Exclusive. Die World Premiere, dieses World Premiere. Big Sugar. Das heißt wahrscheinlich nicht das Spiel, sondern einfach nur das Studio dahinter, ne? Okay. Jetzt haben wir schon das zweite Spiel, oder das dritte Spiel, ich weiß nicht welches. Gestern hatten wir ja schon ein paar von Bethesda gehabt und das hier ist es so ähnlich. So ein richtiges Atmosphärenspiel und das merke ich einfach. Du hast hier nicht diesen großen Aspekt vom Kämpfen, also schon, aber ich finde, du hast hier mehr dieses Atmosphärenspiel dran hier, wo du überall hingehen kannst und so ein bisschen dieser Musik lauschen kannst, diese schöne Welt angucken kannst. Weil genau nach das sieht es nämlich aus. Dass es ein paar Kämpfe gibt, aber halt eben mehr Atmosphäre ist. Oh ja. Das ist geil. Ich finde, es hat ein bisschen diesen cel-shadigen Look von Borderlands. Zumindest ist dieser so ein bisschen drinne, finde ich. Dieses mit den etwas leichteren Konturen, Schattierungen drinne. Dieses mehr gezeichnete. Die Farbpalette finde ich auch sehr, sehr da. Whitelisted Steam. Kann man jetzt schon machen.
Monitor, and here to talk about a groundbreaking new display is Samsung's Dean Dalcero. Welcome, Dean. What you got for us?
Today we're here to review the Samsung C27 RG5 Curved Gaming Monitor.
Well, let's take a look.
Wollten die ihnen nicht irgendwie ein Mikrofon geben? Oha. 240 Hertz. Curved. Also zeigen jetzt mal so ein bisschen Hardware, ne? Na gut. Schon ein starkes Stück. Ich muss mir noch einen 4K-Bildschirm irgendwann ranholen. Weil meine Grafikkarte und alles ist 4K ready, alles so klar, ne? Oder 2K ready auf jeden Fall. Aber ich habe einfach keinen 4K Bildschirm. Ich bin ganz froh, dass ich hier zwei 1K sozusagen Bildschirme habe. Also Full HD.
So it's a 240 Hz curved gaming panel. We believe it's a world first. So you have lag.
Curve ist doch auch nicht irgendwie so beliebt gewesen, oder?
And we think that the
Hell nicht.
1500 art radius is
Curved ist absolut nicht für mich beliebt gewesen. So eine Bildschirme. 240 Hertz, ey.
contrast ratio. So you get those deeper blacks, brighter whites. Right. Hopefully you'll see your enemies first before they see you in the dark scenes.
Yeah, and I understand it also has G-Sync. I saw that flash up on the screen as well.
First G-Sync compatible monitor, so we're super excited about that.
Cool. So this is the PC gaming show, and we're showing off a huge variety of games here. What are the types of games that you would expect that 240 hertz refresh rate and the G-Sync to work well with?
Sure. So we think everybody's going to appreciate the speed and the performance, but ultimately, esports first-person shooters are really going to benefit.
Right. Well,
Wie viel kostet der?
Not just when is it available.
Wir müssen ja nachgucken, ne?
What type of cost are we talking?
Sure. So it'll be available in mid-July for under $400.
Was?
7-inch panel. So it expands our gaming lineup to 8 models.
Unter 400?
400. I mean, that's 27 inches.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So our gaming lineup will be expanded to 8 models,
Holy.
range from 24 all the way up to a 49-inch dual QHD. Check out Samsung.com/gaming240 or see some.
Also finde ich irgendwie krass.
Yeah, that's right. For any of you in the audience, it's there. You can go there for it.
It's not 4K.
It's not 4K.
Not for that price point.
Krass.
Well, I want to let you know that we have all sorts of great presentations and games coming up. Let's look at what's coming up in the PC Gaming Show.
Stay tuned for more announcements, trailers, and never-before-seen footage, including Gearbox answers burning questions about Borderlands 3, the next game from Clay Entertainment. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole in Valfaris, and more. And now the PC Gaming Show presents.
Meistens hängen die ab hier 600 € an. Wobei der hier kostet 353. Krass. Mega strong.
Hello everyone, thanks for the
Hi,
warm
na,
applause.
gute Dame.
It's very exciting for all of us at Funcom to be here at the PC Gaming Show for the very first time ever. And naturally, we would like to show some of the cool stuff that we've been working on. So, without further ado, here are some of the games coming for 2019.
Something strange is going on.
Mutant Year Zero.
I don't feel
Seed of Evil. Genau für Switch, interessant. Also ich muss immer auf Switch achten so ein bisschen, weil einmal kann man schon ein bisschen sehen, in was für eine Richtung das gehen wird. Oder ob es funktionieren wird. Weil die Grafik ist jetzt nicht so auflösend. Als wäre es richtig auf das Switch aufgenommen worden. Conan Unconquered. Da habe ich schon gehört, dass viele Leute Conan mögen. Okay. Boah, Alter. Die Dynamax-Fähigkeit ist wieder da. Wann kommt Dynamax hier im Chat? Moons of Madness. Ich persönlich finde, dass kein Game oder so Trash ist. Ein Trash-Spiel kann immer auch Trash sein, auch wenn das ein großer Publisher hat. Guckt euch Metroid Prime Federation Force an.
Founder and director of Mighty Kingdom, Philip Mays.
Seien wir ganz ehrlich.
So yeah, as Funcom we've been doing our own games for over 26 years now.
Es gibt Gründe, warum Federation Force abgekackt ist.
To be working with some other very talented developers and help them publish their games. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Phil Mays.
Hallo Phil Mays.
He is founder of Mighty Kingdom, a studio out of Australia, who has been working with us on something a little different.
Thank you, Natasha. So on April 1st this year, we put out a little trailer for something called Conan Chop Chop. And considering the date, it was perhaps no surprise that people decided that that was April Fool's joke.
Conan Chop Chop, alles klar.
Yeah, we have a little
Was hat er sich bitte für einen geilen Namen ausgesucht? Mr. Chop Chop kommt rein. Roblox 2. The best Conan game yet. Ja, Kotaku sein, das, wenn die das sagen, ne? Oh Gott. Dieser Sound. Sag mir bitte, dass das ein iOS-Handy-Game ist, oder? Wäre sehr gut. Die können mir jetzt nicht sagen, dass es ein richtiges PC-Game sein soll, oder? Conan Chop September. Ernsthaft, das ist ein richtiges Game. Oh Gott.
So there you have it, Conan Chop. It's a roguelike action-adventure game. It's very real, and it's coming to PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch on September the 3rd this year. It's 2019. We also have a playable version here at E3 at our demo room, so if you want to give stick figure Conan a try, then please don't hesitate to drop by. Thank you.
Thank you. Chop claps.
Is a nomadic survival game set in a post-apocalyptic future where the Earth has stopped rotating. The last humans need to outrun the blazing sun in massive open-world environments. Good times. But cheer up, sunshine. This is one of the most original-looking multiplayers we've seen, with interesting ideas underneath. A player-driven economy and some truly incredible death machines. Coming to early access on Steam on July 15th, let's take a trip to the last oasis.
My tribe built wooden legs to lift us over the burning sands. We must move forward, or die beneath the sun.
Oh, das ist sehr cool, so ein Sandsegler, weißt du? Ja, hat was. Warum haben die diesen Chat nicht auf Slow eingestellt? Das ist so dumm gewesen. Die Leute spammen wie nichts anderes hier. Wahrscheinlich, weil sie auch dachten, so ja, sie haben nur ihre 1000 Zuschauer und jetzt haben die 49k. Eigentlich ist das neue Sea of Thieves, bloß halt auf der Erde sozusagen. East Oasis ist das also, okay. 3. September. Naja. Und jetzt kommt der Typ her, wahrscheinlich rein. Oder auch nicht. Age of Wonder Planetfall. Ich glaube, wenn ich ein großer Fan von in dem Spiel wäre, ja. Ich weiß, es gibt nicht mehrere Teile von Age of Wonders, von daher, ja.
The name of the game is Age of Wonders Planetfall, a 4X strategy game, and joining me on the stage to talk about it is the game director, Leonard Sass, and principal gameplay developer, Tom Bird. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Good to be here.
Thanks.
So, Leonard, just give us the gist of what Age of Wonders Planetfall is all about.
Sure. Age of Wonders is a turn-based strategy game where you play as one of the survivors of a shattered galactic empire. At the start of the game, you choose or create your own faction.
Yeah.
And they include the Vanguard Expeditionary Forces, who are in cryosleep when everything went to hell. There's scavenging cyborgs, or the Amazon bioengineers who ride dinosaurs into battle.
You know, I want to ask, because there's a pretty broad range of 4X strategy games, to give a sense of what the gameplay is, I just want to start from the beginning of a game. What happens when you first land on the planet?
Well, each race has their own spaceship. The spaceship comes down onto the planet. The planet is where the entire game takes place. And that spaceship will then transform into your capital colony, where your entire empire begins, your sort of attempt to take over the world. Around you, you've got a number of sectors.
It's lost.
Sectors with little stories, most of them. So maybe you'll find a genetics lab which is still full of horrible mutant creatures, an entertainment complex overrun by horrible robot monsters, a temple with holes in the sky and horrible demons. get you.
And I did see in the trailer dinosaurs with lasers, correct?
Dinosaurs with lasers.
Perfect. Well,
Cats with lasers. No, sorry, no cats with lasers.
I'm so sorry to disappoint all of you. No cats with lasers. You have to settle with dinosaurs. You know, I saw the expansive tech tree show up in the game briefly, and I know that growing resources in tech is a huge part of strategy games. How does that function?
Right, so part of these tech trees come for your...
Wollen wir denn eine Stunde? Wenn ihr eine Stunde meint, alles gut. Haben wir noch ein bisschen Zeit? Vielleicht ein bisschen FF14. Oder machen wir noch eine ganz kurze Pause.
Social doctrines, not all about war. And then the second part of your tech tree comes from your secret technology, and that's all about the future of your faction. So you can create like a combination between man and machine or man and computers. Others include doomsday technologies that allows you to infect the entire population with alien brain-eating parasites, or win the game by splitting space-time.
I love how many details you're giving me of the horrors that await on the planet.
The future is not a pretty place.
Well, I want to ask about some of the combat that we saw, because in a lot of strategy games, the combat can be very brief. It just, you know, shows two armies pinging off each other. But I understand that the tactical layer is quite...
Bisher ist meiner Meinung nach
So when combat starts, you'll see, like on the world map,
Microsoft ganz oben.
sort of space lab or something like that. When you go into combat, you will zoom all
Dann Bethesda, dann Devolver und dann hier PC Gamer.
In turn-based combat, you can move them into cover, use their abilities, shoot laser cannons. Maybe you've chosen advanced, you've got like a bunch of space dwarves and little metal suits.
Wobei eher PC Gamer sogar da drüber, weil weiß nicht. Ich bin da nicht so abgefuckt, mir diese PK anzugucken.
I mean, how long do some of these battles wind up lasting?
It depends. A short battle can be maybe
Bin ich ehrlich.
minutes, but at the end of the game, you know, you've got a massive siege.
Ich mag die Spiele von denen, aber
20 units on their side,
hat abgefuckt.
cannons blasting holes in the world. And that can maybe take 30 minutes.
Well, talk to us about when we can play the game.
Okay. The game is due this August 6th. It's going to be available on PC, multiple platforms,
6. August.
consoles, and it's available for pre-order now.
Well, lovely.
All right.
Hey, what's that URL?
It's aow-planetfall.com.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's less than 2 months away.
Bruh.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining me up on the
Thank
stage.
you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you for sharing the horrors of the future. And for our next game, Frankie, I have to ask you, what year is it?
Why? The year is 1946, Sean, my dear boy. Europe lies in ruins torn apart by the satanic Plan Z. A brave band of heroes cast the Fuhrer into hell, but little do they know, the nightmare is far from over. Achtung! This is the world-exclusive reveal of the next shooter from the makers of Sniper Elite 4.
Sniper Elite 4. Die Macher von Sniper Elite 4. Ich bin auch sehr gespannt, wann wir Borderlands bekommen. Borderlands 3.
Rated M for mature.
Achtung! Und jetzt wisst ihr, wer Sniper Elite macht immer. Tschüss, tschüss. Ich bin immer noch ein bisschen überfragt, wie will das eigentlich jetzt Sony machen? Die Skala kommt auf jeden Fall früher als Sonys Konsole, es sei denn, die machen einen Drop. Einfach irgendwie, keine Ahnung, in irgendeiner State of Play Version. Oder die gehen auf diese Japan-Messe, das können sie auch machen. Die Tokyo Game Show. Müssen sie ja, weil die haben ja nur diese Directs und die sind jetzt nicht gerade so beliebt von denen. Das wäre ein richtiger Flop, ey. Man, schon schlimm genug, dass die jetzt einfach keinen richtigen Tag haben. Also, dass die jetzt schon hinter Microsoft liegen, ganz einfach, weil die jetzt schon so viel erzählt haben, wie es aussieht. Da müssen wir jetzt mal nachlegen. Wir müssen nächstes Jahr auf der E3 wieder sein, sonst haben die gleich ein kleines Problem. Wir müssen dann sagen, ja, okay, wir machen dieses Jahr noch diese Konsole raus. Wir haben es geschafft, aber ich glaube, jetzt haben sie gerade ein riesengroßes Problem.
Later on the PC gaming show. A love letter to classic JRPGs. What's next for Warframe? A surreal noir adventure set before, during and after the Big Bang.
Oh, das ist nochmal wie so ein Atmosphäre-Spiel auf jeden Fall.
And more.
Kein Borderlands 3? Na gut, aber haben sie auch schon sehr oft gezeigt, also von daher ist es jetzt kein neues Ding halt, weißt du? Ich Bock schon auf Warframe jetzt bald. Also, ich kenn's ja von daher. Das sieht mir jetzt schon mal wieder sehr aus wie so ein typischer Classic-Shooter, der mit so einem Team-Shooter ist, so ein PvE-Shooter. Terraria 3D, genau. Und bei Terraria könnte jetzt wirklich kommen. Weil die heute noch mal ein paar mehr kleinere Sachen zeigen. Remnant. 2. August. Müssen sie dich zeigen unbedingt. Ich brauche es nicht.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Remnant from the Ashes. In that trailer, we got the chance to see so much new gameplay footage and new environments. Let's welcome the CEO of Gunfire Games, David Adams.
David Adams. Smash DLC,
So
genau.
David, I want to ask right away, for those who are unfamiliar with Remnant from the Ashes, what kind of game is it?
So Remnant's a co-op action shooter set on an apocalyptic Earth and across a bunch of cool fantasy worlds.
And I mean, in that trailer, we got the chance to see a huge variety of different environments. Like, what are these different places? Who's the player in this story?
So as a player, you're on sort of a Odyssey-like quest to save the world, and we really wanted to have a bunch of different cool locales that you go to just to experience a bunch of different stuff. And you start on Earth, but it rapidly changes very quickly as you get into the game.
And one thing that we've talked about before is that replayability is a huge focus of the game, that you could play through it 10 times and still be seeing new bosses, new monsters, new locations. How exactly does that work?
Yeah, I think one of the coolest features of the game is the dynamic generation system. So we generate the maps, the enemies, the quests, NPCs, bosses, everything.
You've built those all by hand, right?
Yeah, it's all hand scripted, but the system takes all the pieces and stitches it together. So you might play the game and come into work and say, hey, I talked to a giant tree and fought a dragon boss, and I'll be like, I met a guy in a helicopter, an old guy in a helicopter, and killed a tree ant. We'd have completely different experiences playing the same game.
And you just have to keep going through and eventually explore what all the possibilities are.
Yeah, you can play the game over and over again to see the stuff. You can jump into your friend's world to experience the content in their world, and that's a big part of the game, just jumping in and seeing what you get.
Well, I want to ask about loot, which is, I understand, a big part of the game. How does it function alongside this ever-shifting gameplay experience?
Yeah, the loot in the game is all legendary items, and it's tied into the dynamic generation. So if you fight a boss or meet an NPC or get a cool, unique side quest, it generally coincides with a cool, unique item. It might be a boss weapon or a magical item or armor. So if you play the game and you get all completely different events, you'll have different equipment than I have.
And in the trailer, I also saw that there were 3 people walking through these. And you mentioned the co-op experience. How does co-op function in the world? So the game is full co-op from beginning to end. You can jump in at any point, and the game's definitely slower paced, more difficult. I mean, you will die a lot in this game, so awesome. There's a huge advantage to bringing your friends to come in there and help you take down bosses or fight off different events or just generally progress through the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a big fan of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, I'm really looking forward to Remnant from the Ashes. What's the release date? Where can people go for more information?
So Remnant's coming out August 20th on
awesome.
PC and Xbox and PS4, and if you pre-order the game now, you can actually get in early and start playing the game August 16th.
Well, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, David Adams from Gunfire Games. Thanks so much for talking to us about Remnant. And as we mentioned earlier, keep those questions coming. I will be asking on stage the creative director of Borderlands 3 everything you want to know. Doesn't matter what platform you're on, just use hashtag PCGamingShow. And until that time, let's talk about our next title. This one was announced 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show Here. It's a game from Clay Entertainment called Griftlands. It's changed quite a bit in the last 2 years. It's now a deck-building roguelike where you don't just fight, but you also negotiate your way through a broken-down sci-fi world. It's going to be available on the Epic Game Store in one short month on July 11th in alpha. Let's take a look at some of the footage of what you'll be playing.
Einfaches Card Game. Ich wollte sagen, so, das sieht so ein bisschen aus wie Banner Saga, weil Banner Saga kann es ja nicht sein. Bloß der Artstyle sieht so ein bisschen aus. Von daher, höchstens ist es halt irgendwie so ein Spin-off oder sowas in der Art, weißt du? Ein bisschen so eine Spin-off-Series. Puff, puff. Driftlands.
Planet Zoo is the latest game from the makers of the brilliant Planet Coaster. Please welcome Piers Jackson and Lisa Borens from Frontier Development.
Gott sei Dank. Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo ist das letzte Spiel. Ich dachte so, wow.
Zoo is a new management sim game from us. It involves you building and looking after a modern zoo, and you get to look after the most authentic animals we believe you've ever seen in a video game. Each of our animals are unique. They have their own needs, their own desires, and their own behaviours. They interact with each other and react with the world you build around them. And today, for the very first time, we're really excited to show everyone here our gameplay video and to announce our launch date.
Oh, fantastic. Let's buy the world's largest family pass and take a look inside.
Ach ja. Oh, ein Tier, wollte ich gerade sagen. Ein Löwenbaby. Run Your Dream Zoo. Ja, toll. Das Ding ist halt einfach, Planet Zoo ist halt einfach so ein Spiel, wo du einfach sagen kannst, ja, cool und so, aber es ist halt einfach absolut nicht viele Leute werden es absolut nicht mögen. Wenn ich das ganz genau weiß, ey. Nee, hat viel geschissen. Ja, passt schon. Unterstützt vom BWE. Das stelle ich mir gerade so vor. Oh Mann. Damit du jetzt Tiere nur noch virtuell einsperren darfst. Oh, diese Ticker. 22 Stunden noch, dann haben wir Nintendo endlich. Hab ich richtig Bock drauf.
You go there, you want to be, you know, learning about conservation, you want to learn about the research that they're doing, you want to be educated, and these are all things that you're going to be able to do in Planet Zoo. And these ideas of the modern zoo is really what we take to heart, and we're going to be promoting, you know, the health and the welfare of your animals as the most important thing to do.
And Piers, when can we see more gameplay, and when are we going to be able to get our hands on it ourselves?
So we're obviously demoing the game all this week, but most people aren't going to be able to see that. So we've recorded our presentation.
Ich weiß ja nicht.
And we'll be releasing that onto Frontier's YouTube.
Ich weiß ja nicht.
That goes live this Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Well, fantastic. I cannot wait to watch. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's Lisa, everyone.
Next up, we have a very special guest all the way from Japan.
Ernsthaft? Aus Japan haben die Leute? Okay, wahrscheinlich hat das Anime-Ding dort hier.
Please welcome to the stage, gaming industry legend and Shenmue creator, Yu Suzuki.
That is right.
Ladies
and gentlemen, joining me on the stage is a legend of Japanese game development. It's Mr. Yu Suzuki.
Hello, everyone.
In addition to being the
Danke, der Chat ab gerade.
games, Hang On, Space Harrier,
Miyamoto.
Afterburner, Virtual Racing, and Virtual Fighter, Yusan also created the Shenmue series, and he's here to talk about Shenmue 3 right now. Take it away, Yusan.
Sagen Sie an. Gibt es jetzt ein neues Release-Datum? Gab es nämlich noch nicht. Ich glaube nur, dass es verschoben wurde.
Standing on the stage today. それと20年支えてくれたファンの皆さんありがとう。I just want to say thank you to all the fans supporting me for the long 20 years.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, jetzt machen die das noch nicht alle für panisch, oder?
The wait is nearly over.
That's right. Let's take a world exclusive look at Shenmue 3.
Oh, da geht aber mein Herz gerade ab, ey. Jetzt geht aber los. World Exclusive. Ich glaube, bisher nur 2 Trailer oder so. Ich bin gespannt.
I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Grandmaster,
Shenmue 3. Ich weiß jetzt schon, was ich auf meinen Thumbnail aufballer. Aber sowas von.
Away from prying eyes and became stronger. One even practiced atop this very boat. None survived the ban and was passed on in this way.
Alter, Leben genommen. Was war's? Ich würde sagen.
Stop it. They threaten and extort money from shop owners, get drunk by noon and cause trouble. Everyone in town is afraid of them.
Geil.
They are heartless. Hey, wait right there. Okay.
This is him, the Japanese guy who got in our way.
War das gerade ein bisschen racist? The Japanese guy. Alter. War das gerade ein bisschen racist? Yeah, that's the Japanese guy.
Waiting for Shenmue 3. I would like to once again thank you so much. Thank you, Yusan, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Now our next title is near and dear to my childhood heart. It's based upon a game I grew up playing called Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Let's take a look at an upcoming collaboration between Coffee Stain Studios and Lava Potion.
Lava Potion. Coffee Stain und Lava Potion. Wer kennt's nicht? Oh. Oh, das sieht das alt aus. Das sieht... Das sind Spiele für die Switch, ne? Also teilweise manche. So sieht die aus. Die machen jetzt auch wieder so einen geilen Rap wie beim ersten One Piece Intro, also auf Englisch, bitte. Das sieht schon geil aus. Hat auf jeden Fall was. Machen jetzt wirklich 2 Stunden durch? Na gut. Macht halt Sinn, ne? Oh Gott. Heißt natürlich, dass wir uns auch ganz viel Müll geben müssen. PS1 ja. Logisch. Songs of Conquest. Classic Adventures. Strategy. Na gut.
The name of the game is Songs of Conquest, and here to join me in talking about it is the lead designer from Lava Potion, Carl Toftfeld. Hey,
yeah.
Carl.
Hi, hey, thanks.
I mean, let's just start off. For anyone who maybe hasn't played the Heroes of Might and Magic series, what is Song of Conquest all about?
It's all about, well, you kind of start out with in the town that you just saw in the end of the trailer, and from there you recruit your wielders. It's what we call our commanders, and you recruit an army, and then you kind of send off your wielders on an adventure. And they go exploring the world, they pick up resources to flag mines, and with those resources, you upgrade your town so you can get more stuff, and that's kind of what you do. Adventure and strategy combined.
Yeah, and you know, I know that part of the core loop is obviously get the resources to build up the township, but for what reason? Armies, man. Talk to me about those juicy battles.
Yeah, so the battle just like the
Saftige Battles. Ooh.
So you go into
Juicy
combat,
battles.
Nice.
Nice.
You start by deploying them, and then all the troops have different stats, like offense and defense and health.
Sure.
So go in initiative order, and then you slug it out, and it's a bit like chess.
Ich glaube, die jetzt gerade im Chat Gain lese, ey.
Horde ones and face turns.
Griffins and so on.
Yeah, and all those things.
And well, you know, as someone who just loves the Heroes of Might and Magic series, I know that you have translated a lot of the gameplay elements into Songs of Conquest, but what are some of the modern elements that you're bringing in?
Well, there's a lot of it, but I mean, one of them is our magic system. We call it the essence. So basically, in the Songs of Conquest universe, everything has an essence within them, sort of like the soul.
Ja, die Sachen drängen sich gerade alle wieder auf über diese Juicy Battles, oder?
With the right essence, with your wielders.
Oh, I see.
So if you want to like make your troops go faster, you need to bring a troop that has that essence, like cavalry.
And maybe to ask a basic question, what if my opponent kills that cavalry?
Then you can't do the magic. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're fighting someone, you kind of have to like weigh the pros and cons of what to kill off. Like, do you want to destroy their magic or their powerful troops?
Where can people go to get more information? And as always,
Ich denke mal, wir werden gleich danach bei Limited Run Games eine etwas kürzere PK sehen.
Oh, it's quite a ways off.
It's quite a ways off, but you can go to songsofconquest.com and sign up for Alpha.
Weil das, was die hier gerade machen, ist zwar ganz cool, aber ich bin ehrlich, ich mag das absolut nicht, wenn eine PK zu lang geht für ein paar Spieler. Die haben jetzt angekündigt, dass es 30 Spiele sind und ja, wirklich mit jedem. Okay. World Exclusive. Mother Free, ja. Fast. Warhammer Vermintide versus Mice and Magic.
You just saw the reveal of the new PvP mode coming to Vermintide 2, which turns the Warhammer Fantasy cooperative game into something even more brutally competitive. It looks deliciously vile, and surely dismembering Skaven is so much more satisfying when you know you're going ham on a fellow player, making him or her cry little baby rat tears behind their computer screen. You can sign up now for the Vermintide 2 versus beta at vermintide2.com/versus. In Per Aspera, you're an artificial consciousness orbiting Mars, whose ultimate purpose is to terraform the planet, starting from a single drone in your landing site and turning the planet
Ihren Kernentwickler ist Limited Run Games, ne?
humanity. Courtesy of developer Talon Industries and publisher Raw Fury.
Fällt mir grad so
Here's
auf.
a first ever look at Per Aspera.
As we all know, reaching the Red Planet was not humanity's greatest achievement. Transferring the complexity of the human mind to machines was, so they can succeed where we fail. So they can build us a home on that distant, dusty rock. Today, Amy reaches Mars and begins their mission. Amy, are you with us?
Of course, I'm with you, Houston.
In the Assassin's Creed universe, our next guest sent players back in time to rewrite history. But for his debut project with indie studio Panache Digital Games, he's going to take us back 10 million years to where humanity began. Here to tell us all about ancestors is creative director and co-founder Patrice Desilets. Welcome, Patrice.
Thank you for having me. Really happy to be here. I've been waiting 10 years to come back on a big stage at E3 showing off a game.
Well, it's fantastic to have you back. I just want to ask, what inspired you to tell the story of human evolution?
Well, when I started Panache, I needed a game, an open world game in which you can do a lot of things. You need a character in a 3D environment at first. And I said, oh, I'm the historical guy, I'm the historical dude, so I need an historical period. They said, oh, let's go back at the very beginning. It'll be easier to do, because I won't have to build a city, I won't have to build technology, and I was a bit naive, because we built Africa 10 million years ago. And that's not easy to build.
It doesn't sound easy. I mean, how have you turned those themes into gameplay?
Well, you play our last common ancestor, right, of all the big apes, and then you have to explore your environment, and eventually you expand your territory, you expand your clan, because you're not playing that one badass character. You play a group of badass characters. And eventually you evolve into different species, up until Lucy the Australopithecus roughly 2 million years ago.
I imagine our ancestors had a lot more issues to deal with than we do today. There's going to be a lot more dangers in this world, so tell me a bit more about those.
Well, it's all about from a prey to a predator. Basically, at the beginning of the game, everybody's there to kill you and devour you. And basically at the end, it's pretty much you. You're the predator and everybody's afraid of you. And that's the idea of Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey.
Achso, doch, dann kenne ich tatsächlich Limited Run Games. Ich bin gerade im Gucken ein bisschen gewesen. Ich höre mir auch im Hintergrund alles, so ist ja nicht. Wenn ich was übersehe, dann ist es halt manchmal so.
This time, you're basically writing the story. Like, there's no story per se inside. It's not about going and seeing givers. It's not about looking at the mini-maps and the little dots. It's about you, hey, Homo sapiens. Can you survive like our ancestors did? And that's the question I'm asking the players. It'll be for you to answer that question August 27th.
Well, I was
on PC first.
I was going to ask you when we can see it, and you answered my question first. Thank you so much,
getting
Patrice.
good at this.
As Patrice says, Ancestors will be released August 27th, and you can learn more at ancestorsgame.com.
Thank you.
Das ist schon sehr. Shenmue 3. Borderlands 3. Sieht auch geil aus. Also jetzt sieht das dann, das ist gerade eben. Das ist dieses Endgame, das ist schon okay schon. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie das heißt, aber ja. War es das jetzt oder wollen die aber nur zeigen, so was allgemein alles auch noch für was alles auch für Epic rauskommt? Im Allgemeinen. Um ein bisschen Promo für sich selbst zu machen, oder? Denken wir ja. Bei Borderlands 3 haben sie ja bisher gar nicht gezeigt. Ne? Und die meisten Spiele sind halt irgendwie schon draußen. Nicht alle, aber die meisten halt, ne? Auch schon so viele Entwickler sind einfach rübergegangen zu Epic. Heftig. And one more thing. Here is one more thing. Oh Gott, was ist das denn? Warte. Ist es das, was ich denke? Leute, könnt ihr bitte mal was schreiben? Doch, es ist Dota Auto Chess. Wow.
Please welcome to the stage, Loring Lee, founder and CEO of Dragon Nest.
Indeed, auto chess has turned out to be a sensation, with hundreds of thousands, millions of players getting a taste of it. And here to talk about its coming to PC is Loring Lee. Take it away.
Also,
Hello everyone, I'm Loring Lee.
es ist halt nicht so, dieses Auto-Chess ist halt einfach irgendwie absolut nicht meins.
And the founder of Dragon's Game. Dragon's Game is a game developer and publisher, comes from China. I'm so happy to be here today on this stage to introduce our game, Auto Chess, to all of you. This is really exciting.
So krass wäre jetzt, wenn jetzt bei Nintendo jetzt irgendwie ein Charakter gezeigt wird, den wir schon einmal gesehen haben hier. Sowas zum Beispiel den Anführer von Tales of Symphonia hier bei dem neuen Teil hier, Tales of Arise. Das wäre krass. Ich glaube, das hat Microsoft besser gemacht als die. Die haben 60 Spieler draus geballert. Und die sind jetzt schon fertig gewesen. Und die kriegen es dann jemanden 30 Spiele rauszuhauen. Und die haben auch sehr viele von diesen Einspielern gemacht, wo sie mehrere Spiele auch immer gezeigt haben. Oh, alles hintereinander. Und mit wenigen Zwischenunterbrechungen, ne? Man könnte jetzt natürlich sagen, 60 Spieler sind halt auch mehr als 30, aber naja.
I look forward to all of you playing auto chess on PC later this year. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Loring Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for sharing the
Thank you,
news with
everyone.
us. Once again, Auto Chess, if you have not played it, you must check it out. It is so fun. Our next title, with Frankie up above, I understand is an inspired indie game.
We'll find out, Sean, because one of the things we love about PC gaming is the way that game creators from all over the world can draw inspiration from one another's work. Chris Tales is a great example of that, a gorgeous indie love letter to classic JRPGs developed by a team in Colombia. Chris Tales' spin on the genre brings a unique perspective that lets you see the past, present,
Schon wieder ein
and future
Indie-Spiel,
on
ey.
screen at the same time. So you'll see the future change based on your decisions in real time. Here's the world-exclusive reveal of Chris Tales.
World Exclusive. Okay, jetzt also dieses ganz komische Anime-Game. Oh, das hat auch was. So ein Kirchenglas. Hat auch was.
And would you be strong enough to fight?
Jetzt müsste eigentlich noch irgendwann ein Warframe kommen, ne? So wie wir das ja wissen. Oh, das ist ja mega geil. So ein, wie es halt aussieht, wie es in der Zukunft aussieht, wie es früher aussah und alles. Ja, das ist cool. Ja, echt cool. Hat was. Ich habe gedacht, ich werde gleich richtig angepisst, weil es einfach wieder nur Indie-Game ist. Now.
In PC gaming, it's not the size of your weapon.
Warframe, locker. Doch, Warframe.
I'm holding one of the, well, quite frankly, it's a bit average, isn't it? It's just your average, you know, Glock, really. No.
Das ist doch sowas von Warframe.
Ridiculous alien weapons from our next game, Valfaris. A brutal, heavy metal-infused 2D action platformer inspired by true old-school classics like Contra and Turrican. Assuming the role of fearless warrior Therium, players must blast and slash their way through the doomed citadel of Valfaris, overcoming its deadly environments and enemies before
Ist es
challenging
Warframe?
evil at its very heart. Get ready to rip the galaxy a new wormhole from publisher Big Sugar. This is Valfaris.
Okay. Gerade als ich gehört habe, Big Sugar war schon wieder aus. Aber ich dachte, so Alien Game, ja, doch, passt eigentlich schon ziemlich gut rein. Ja, mehr so ein Cyberspiel ist es zwar, aber passt auch. Oh Gott, ey. Oh, das geht mega ab. Also natürlich nicht mit dieser Musik, ne? Mit der Musik wäre es halt noch mal heftiger, aber trotzdem. Valfaris?
Incredible action in the Valfaris trailer. I'm very excited for our next guest. In case you have not been in downtown LA, E3 is covered with Borderlands 3 art. It's amazing, it's beautiful. And joining me is the amazing and beautiful Paul Sage, creative director of Borderlands 3.
Beautiful's a new one, thanks.
Yeah, there you go, Paul. Right. Welcome. I mean, there's been so much hype around Borderlands 3. What's the stuff you're really excited to be sharing
Geil.
about 33?
Oh man, so
2K.
we talked about our Vault Hunters. Well, this time we
Games.
talk about Mose, and she is our gunner Vault Hunter, so she has a big mech, so it's one of the things. All about loot. We're talking about, you know, the different loot, such as shields, grenades, those things, going to different planets, so a lot of stuff to talk about.
Well, I mean, I want to start right off with Mose. Tell us everything you can about her.
Okay, yes, I'll tell you everything I can. So Mose, again, like I said, she's a mech pilot. She has this big mech, it's called Iron Bear. She gets into Iron Bear.
Wie ist ja diesen Look wieder, diesen geilen Cell-Shading Look. Du siehst es einfach. Diese scharfen Konturen, die da immer gerissen werden. Das merkt man einfach, dass das Borderlands ist. Das sieht man ja auch schon, diese scharfen Konturen. Die teilweise noch ein bisschen nach innen gehen.
There's a whole bunch of repeat questions that I want to make sure we get to right now. One of the big categories is about loot, because you've mentioned having a billion guns earlier. But
Which Borderlands 3 Vault Hunter are you? Most gonna Ich bin ja tatsächlich der Beastmaster, aber sowas von. Also ich fand den, als ich den gesehen habe, fand ich den ganz cool eigentlich. Ja, Beastmaster ist auch jetzt gerade Platz 1. Das ist nicht Beastmaster, mache ich sehr gerne in dem Game. Internet? Göttchen, jetzt hab ich mein Internet abgeschossen oder so. Aber nee, es war anscheinend nur bei denen der Stream.
Give you skills this time as well as enhancing skills you currently have.
I also remember earlier you mentioned about artifacts.
You remember?
So artifacts are, you know, we've kind of concentrated on like, hey, does the game feel fluid? Can I, you know, slide into things? Can I jump? Can I mantle? Right. So when we were playing with that, we slid into a barrel, right? And the barrel exploded, and we're like, well, that's kind of fun. Yeah. So why don't we do something like that? So our artifacts actually add certain things to movement. So for instance, you can slide faster, you can slide, and every time you slide, there's an explosion. We have something we call
Hey!
Second
Rip
category
stream.
of questions unrelated to category of questions unrelated to loot. Well, there's going to be a single player campaign. What's going to be happening after the campaign?
Hashtag B immer noch. Ganz
Beyond
wichtig.
the single player, maybe end game content we can talk about.
All right, in-game content. Okay, well, it's easy, so I can give a little bit. So we have this thing what we call the Guardian system. So for those people who played Borderlands before, you might remember Badass Ranks. Badass Ranks, you can get, you know, it's basically kind of an infinite progression system that added to your stats.
Yeah.
We doubled down on that. We have what we call Guardian Rank. And Guardian Rank not only has that infinite progression, but it has skills and different skins that you can open up as you go through. And the cool thing about that is, like, every character that you play on that account gets the benefits of Guardian Rank.
Oh, interesting. All right, last category we're going to go through, and then we're going to hit some rapid-fire questions. How do the boss fights in Borderlands 3 compare to Borderlands 1 and 2? I know those were big aspects.
Scheiße wäre es, wenn du jetzt irgendwie einen Namen hättest, der richtig pervers ist, und dann wirst du was drunter schreiben.
Oh, yeah. Phases and stuff like that. So now those people, you know, smart people in the audience know that we've talked about going to vaults instead of vault, right? And so there are different
Half-Life 3 zum Beispiel, das ist was, das wäre mal geil.
that are just, you know, multi-phase boss encounters. We have like a lot of different mini bosses throughout the game, so a lot of different boss encounters throughout the game.
Well, now I want to ask some really quick questions that should be yes or no, very brief. First from Castore, how will you be handling multiplayer?
Multiplayer, we will basically be allowing anybody to jump in at any time, so.
Awesome. From MHL Animations, can I pet the gun? Great question.
I'm not here to judge what you do with your gun, so you know, that's a personal question.
All right, great. Sam Wiseman asks, is Maya's new companion a siren?
People are asking the right questions. That's what I will say about that.
Oh, you tease.
Sorry.
All right, from Ironic Sanguine says, is Tiny Tina going to be seen fighting alongside the Vault Hunters?
Yes.
Nice. All right, I'm just going to blast through a couple more as fast as I possibly can. What's the level cap at launch?
50.
Will we get to see flak?
Yes.
Will we see golden keys and or shift codes for Borderlands 3?
Absolutely.
Will there be duels?
Yes.
Other kinds of PvP?
Yes and no.
And also maybe. Perfect.
Yeah.
And will you be able to transfer weapons between your characters?
Absolutely, right from the start.
Perfect. And when is the damn game coming out?
Friday the 13th, 2019, September 13th.
Perfect. Borderlands.com for more information. Thanks so much for joining me on stage.
Das halt mir aber schon. Ich hätte eher bei Shenmue nachgefragt, wie es aussieht dort.
And once again, if you have
Ganz
not
ehrlich.
seen all the setups in downtown for Borderlands 3, oh, they're beautiful. Our next game, we're going to be revisiting a guest that we saw earlier in the show. He's upstairs with Frankie. What you got for us?
Oh, hi, we're live. Sorry. Hello, I was just, I was actually testing out my outfit for this weekend. I don't know, what do you think, John?
I think you look really sharp, as always.
Very sure. Well, thank you so much. John Gibson, president of
Da kommt der Cringe wieder hoch. Oh. Sehr scharf.
Last year, we revealed Maneater to the world. And can you remind anyone who missed it what the game's all about?
Ja, alle cringe.
Open world action RPG, or Shark PG as we call it. You start as a small
Gott.
shark pup, and you have to survive in this harsh world and try to eat your way to the top of the ecosystem. The three words that we think sum the game up the best are eat, explore, and evolve. And we also have someone we'd like you to meet.
Well, let's meet him then. Let's take a look at the new trailer.
Maneater. Okay. Ich bin noch am Überlegen, wie man eigentlich PC-Gamer ja nicht das Fuckwort sagen, das F-Wort sagen. Jetzt habe ich eh schon gesagt, das von daher. Jetzt hat jeder hier Bethesda und die anderen hier, Devolver sagen beide einmal Fuck. Aber einfach, weil sie es wollen. Als ob es so ein Hype wäre, weißt du? Hype. Maneater. Ja, ich hätte echt wirklich gefreut auf Gameplay. Wenn wir das gesehen hätten, wäre geil. Weil es hat irgendwie was gehabt.
That was Scaly Pete, and Scaly Pete's the villain in this tale. Pete is a best fisherman in the Gulf, best shark fisherman, or he'll tell you he's the best shark fisherman, and he disfigures our baby shark at the beginning of the game and does some really nasty things. So he's not a very nice guy. And now the story of Maneater is told through the lens of a reality show called Shark Hunters versus Maneaters, and it follows Pete and the player shark on its adventures. And you know, it's a really, you know, it's a very exciting way to tell a story.
And based on that trailer, to be honest, John, it looks like your main goal of the shark is to just bite everything.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of man-eating going on in this game. That is the name of the game. And but we'd like to think of the game as a shark-tastic fun action game. It's
okay, also es ist.
if you were a shark. But there's
Ich glaube, es kann echt Spaß machen, einfach die ganze Zeit als Hai rumzudüsen. So ein bisschen so Echo the Dolphin-like. Echo the Dolphin war ja auch so ein bisschen so in der Art, also jetzt nicht so halt, dass du jemanden essen musst oder irgendwie so, aber es gibt halt eben mehr so Saltos und alles und Kunststücke und alles machen musst. Mehr so eine Simulation. In dem Fall ist es einfach, dass du einfach alle killen musst. So eine geile Bastel-Simulation.
Comes about through eating things, nutrients, people, whatever you can find. And that's kind of like your XP in the game. That allows you to level up, your shark will grow a little bit, get more powerful. And then at key phases that we call life phases, you'll make a big jump. So let's say you're a brooding teenage shark and you're about to become an adult. When you become an adult, you take a big leap in size, a big leap in power and capability. And then
ist cool. Ist echt cool. Also ich mag's. Hat irgendwie was Interessantes. Und wenn das schon die Alpha ist.
Or a powerful tail that allows you to jump to incredible heights, or you could get mutated lungs that allow you to spend a little more time on the beach getting those afternoon snacks.
Just really quickly, John, everyone's wanting to know this question. When's it coming out?
So we're really hard hammerheading away at this game and trying to make it the most awesome shark RPG ever. We're not ready to announce a date, but we're pretty certain you're going to see it before the next PC gaming show.
Well, I hope we do, John. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start biting people. In fact, I'm quite hungry.
Das heißt,
so I think actually I'm going to find an audience member tasty. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm just going to have a snack. Thank you, John.
Es ist 2020 wahrscheinlich draußen. Jetzt haben wir wieder irgendwas, was uns irgendwie, keine Ahnung. Oh Gott, ein neuer Sitz. Ich bin ja echt persönlich kein Typ, der einfach diesen Sitz braucht.
You know, one of the absolute best parts about being sponsored by iWin for the PC Gaming Show is that I get to sit for this next segment and talk to you about Terraria. Terraria is one of the best-selling PC games of all time, selling almost 30 million copies. And part of the reason why it's maintained such popularity.
Das ist ja auch auf jeder Konsole drauf. Das ist sogar auf den alten Konsolen teilweise drauf jetzt.
Going from 250 items at release to now over 4,000. Let's take a look at their penultimate expansion coming up, Terraria Journey's End.
Ich bin ja für mich immer noch nicht Terraria so ein bisschen gefunden. Aber ich muss eigentlich davon ein Bild machen. Ich muss es an jemanden schicken, den man bei mir kennt. Wo haben wir dich?
next title that we're going to be looking at is a game that is the spiritual successor to Her Story. It's called Telling Lies by Annapurna Interactive, and joining me to talk about it is game director Sam Barlow and actor-producer Logan Marshall Green. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
The main man. Now, if you haven't played Her Story, you totally should. It's fantastic. I want to note, it is a game where you watch live interactive video in order to uncover what happened with a murder. What is it that's going on in Telling Lies? What's the premise?
So, like Her Story, Telling Lies is a game in which you watch video footage to piece together a story. And this time we have a woman who has stolen an NSA, which contains secretly recorded, intimate and private conversations between our 4 characters. Something has gone terribly wrong, and it's up to you to figure out what and why.
It's time to take a look at some of the gameplay mechanics and see Telling Lies in action. Let's take a look.
Naja.
Once upon a time.
It's late. I gotta get her in the bath. I don't love you and I don't miss you. You already know too much.
Ich weiß ganz genau, was jetzt gerade im Chat abgeht. In diesem Girl.
It's late. I gotta get her in the bath. I love you.
Give us Warframe. Mother Free, wollte ich sagen. Give us Mother Free. Oh.
I've only ever been in love once.
Ist das ein Schneideprogramm?
Girl I met when I was 18, but I was too young and naive to handle it properly.
Was als Spiel sozusagen gemacht wurde? Das gibt's ja auch manchmal in der Art, so ein Game, was auf andere Sachen basiert.
Underdeveloped emotionally.
I'm
a loyal friend.
A man died in my place at work today. We haven't done anything.
Telling Lies.
Oh, Sam, I got
Coming
some
soon.
questions for you about what we've just seen. I mean, talk to me about the mechanics. I mean, I saw, the subtitles up, highlighting, and it was loading more video footage. What's going on?
So what we do in Telling Lies is we take all of the exploration you would have in a normal video game. So all that walking around in a 3D world.
Yeah.
And we apply that directly to the story, to the footage itself. So you're going to be scrubbing around in these clips, paying close attention, and you're going to be picking up on the subtext, listening
No,
to names,
Papa.
people, places. And with that information, you're going to use that to find more clips, dig into those, and over time kind of build up this picture of the story. And it's truly like an open world video game.
Well, I mean, a lot of times with open world video games, they talk about, the square
In a Sales Simulator.
What's the sort of scope that we're talking about? Like, how many hours of footage is there?
So we got like over 10 hours of footage here, so it's a story that encompasses.
Ich bin am Überlegen, ob ich beim nächsten Mal das nochmal streamen werde. Also alles ja, möchte ich schon jetzt streamen, aber. Ob ich mir auch nochmal wirklich alles geben werde, also wirklich alles. Also der Volver weiß ich nicht, ob ich das machen werde, wenn es nochmal um 4 Uhr morgens ist. Bethesda eigentlich ja, Bethesda finde ich schon ganz gut.
When a player is going to be seeing the specific footage you're performing.
Well, it's definitely a non-linear open world.
Microsoft fand ich gut. Aber das fand ich auch hier wieder so nüchtern und langsam, je nachdem was angekündigt wird, so ein bisschen. Okay. Daran werden wir uns mal ein bisschen halten.
And in this case, a game, you're going to be shooting out of order, but
No
we actually
problem.
stayed pretty linear in how we approached the story. We went after it like all the other times we're actors. We just
Terraria, please.
And then what do we want? And we tried to make it as deep.
Interessant, dass keiner irgendwie YouTube oder so da unten hat.
We wanted to make it as deep
Na
as
gut.
possible, and Sam is one of the best movie or TV directors I've worked with, so it was very similar.
Nice. Yeah, look at you too. Now, of course, I do want to stress to any of you, if you have not played Her Story, it's quick to play through. It's absolutely brilliant. Please check it out in the meantime. But We're of course waiting to find out when can we play.
Warte mal, ich habe ja PC Game Show reingemacht, ne? Das ist so lustig, wenn jetzt auch mal mein Tweet hier ankommt. Und nein. Oder habe ich das übersehen? Vielleicht, wenn es übersehen wurde, okay, dann ist es auch trotzdem lustig.
Once again, telling lies. Now, up on the balcony, Frankie's going to be talking to us about a game that my friends, year after year after year, keep telling me I have to play because of how much they've improved it. Frankie, what's going on with Warframe?
Man, the game.
One of my favorite parts of last year's show, aside from being upstaged by a giant duck, was getting a glimpse at the future of Warframe. And here with the latest look at the next expansion to the universe is Space Mum Rebecca Ford. So, chat, behave yourselves, please, because Mother's here. Now, Rebecca, what are we about to see?
We're going to take a look at an amazing trailer that our team has put together. A lot of our players have been waiting a year for a look at what we've been calling Railjack, so it's about time to, see what we've been doing.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Warframe hat was für ein Update jetzt. Also ich würde sagen, Charakter-Update auf jeden Fall. Naja, mal gucken. To get Necros Prime free. Ooh.
Rebecca, it must be so exciting to know that the fans have finally seen it, and you're clearly going all in on the epic space combat. So tell me about the new stuff that players are going to be able to experience.
I wasn't shaking before we started.
Ich mache gerade mal eine kleine Pause. Ich muss einmal auf Toilette nämlich. Dabei gucke ich am besten einfach mal nach, wieso die ganzen anderen Pressekonferenzen immer so lang gingen. Bis gleich.
And when are fans going to get to see more?
Well, TennoCon is in London, Ontario. It's July 6th, and you can come watch it online on Twitch. We're going to be showing a lot more in our keynote for what Empyrean is going to be.
Well, today I'm getting a feel for the suit, so what's the deal with that sweet-looking Necros Prime? How do I get my Tenno arms into it?
I cannot say that on live television, but, there are ways. But yeah, you just have to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account. If you watch 30 minutes of our Tenno live show, you can get it, but hopefully you stay for the whole hour, because we got lots to show.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and good luck with TennoCon on July 6th.
Thank you.
Okay, now we've seen some amazing stuff today, but nothing quite so gloriously strange as our next game. Developed by Brooklyn-based studio Feral Cat Den, it's an existential-based jazz odyssey set during the Big Bang. Yeah, it's actually blown my mind learning about this one. Buckle up, everyone, because we're about to get bonkers with Genesis Noir.
Genesis Noir, just beautiful, stylish art. The next game we're going to take a look at is the twist on the stealth genre. It's called El Hijo, where you play as a 6-year-old trying to escape a monastery and find your mother using toys and tricks to avoid monks. Let's take a look at this gorgeous spaghetti western inspired project from Studio Andy Games.
So Guys, habe ich irgendwas verpasst? Ich glaube nicht. Ich denke mal, wir haben sehr viel Warframe gerade gesehen. Ja, ist jetzt nicht viel, ne? Na gut. Vielleicht hätte irgendeine Perle dabei sein können, aber ich habe nachgeguckt, Limited Run Games wird dann auch irgendwie so ungefähr eine halbe Stunde gehen, so kann man sagen, ja, und dann... Ja, kriegen wir hin. Ja, kriegen wir hin. Jetzt habe ich eine halbe Stunde mal ein bisschen Pause. Und können wir erstmal ein bisschen uns ausruhen, so ein bisschen. Ich misshandle dabei gerade richtig hart mein Internet. So ist das halt eben mit der Welt, ne? Das finde ich zum Beispiel sehr interessant jetzt wieder. Wir haben jetzt hier ein Game, was so sehr, sehr auf Stealth auch teilweise auf ist, ne? Ja, doch, auf jeden Fall ein Stealth-Game mehr. Und ein bisschen rätselmäßig auch drin, glaube ich. El Hijo. Okay. Handy Games. Oh, El Hijo. Tut mir leid.
For our final guest tonight, please join me in welcoming from Larian Studios CEO Sven Vinke, and from Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, the creative director of Dungeons and Dragons, Mike Merles, to talk about Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Letztes Game also wahrscheinlich.
Now this was only just recently announced. How did this partnership come about?
We went to see Wizards of the Coast at the end of Divinity Original Sin 1.
Yeah.
That was back in 2014. And I tried to convince them back then that they should give us a Baldur's Gate 3 license. And they said, yeah. But we had a long chat about what the vision would be for the game. And then we kept on bumping into each other. And then suddenly in 2016, I get a phone call from Nathan Stewart, who's the big boss of Mike and the head of Dungeons and Dragons. He said, you need to come to Seattle right away. We're gonna have dinner in a very shady restaurant. And he had this big stack of paper with him. And on it was Baldur's Gate 3. And in it was pretty much everything.
Habe ich gerade irgendwie Red Dead Redemption 2 verpasst, also dass es gerade angekündigt wurde irgendwie für PC? Habe ich das gerade irgendwie verpasst oder habe ich das einfach nur alles gerade Troll, was im Chat steht? Habe ich das gerade wirklich verpasst? Das Problem ist, ich habe auch gerade noch niemanden hier bei mir im Chat drin, glaube ich. Daher,
So it just means so much to us. Baldur's Gate, it's, you know, such fantastic storytelling, and it's so exciting to see it come to not only a new generation of gamers, but for the gamers who remember the 20 years it's been since the original, the first two in the series. So it's incredibly exciting. And for us, it really is. It's such an important.
1000 Dislikes hat das Ding schon hier. Ja, wird man gleich sehen, was gleich passiert. Mit den Like- und Dislike-Rate. Die Like-Rate steigt ja auch immer so ein bisschen, also sie wird 3000 und 1000. Na, ob das 1500 noch ein paar mehr werden? Ich glaube, wenn das Ding zu Ende ist, dann werden es mehr. Wenn irgendwas nicht den Leuten stimmt, was sie wollen.
And you're going to see a lot of iconic creatures, iconic characters, iconic places as far as we go.
I'm curious about some of the gameplay elements because obviously, you know, there's just a big resurgence of Dungeons and Dragons, tons of broadcasts on Twitch. I mean, how do you translate some of the insane things that
Baldur's Gate
into, you know, what has to be a structured computer game?
So we started with the player handbook, which is basically the basic rule set of Dungeons & Dragons.
Which player handbook? Which
Fifth edition.
Yeah.
And so we ported as much as we could to the video game. We looked at what worked really well. We looked at the things that didn't work that well because it is a video game and this was made for tabletop gaming. So we started modifying those things, and then we had to add things on top of it because if you play tabletop, you have a game master and you say, well, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And then the
I
game
want to
master
start a fight with a pigeon. And he's like, okay, roll for dexterity.
Exactly, that's it. So we had to add systems to make that possible within the game. But we've gone very, very far.
Yeah, I mean, can you give an example of like a crazy moment that a player might do that you could actually play out in the game?
Well, I could, let's say that we get into a fight because you ask a nasty question, I don't want to answer it. And I take the chair over there, I put it on fire, smash it on your head.
Man merkt, dass die ganz schön alt geworden sind, Leute. Die damals diese ganzen Games erstellt haben. What's the best RPG of the last 10 years? Es wird eher Hashtag A funktionieren. Jeder wird Hashtag A wählen. Was? Witcher? Gott, was wird das denn gerade mal sind? 40% Witcher aber immer. Instant. Wir finden Witcher besser? Na gut. Finden ja auch sehr gut, wieder gut, aber Divinity, Dragon Age 2 anscheinend nicht. Plus of Eternity 2 auch nicht. Naja, with The Witcher 3 auf jeden Fall, na gut.
You really feel like you're taking on that role that you love so much from the tabletop. It's really coming to life in an authentic way in Baldur's Gate 3.
And we're going to talk in a moment about Baldur's Gate 3 release dates and whatnot. But we have a second game that we want to talk about on a new technology known as pencil and paper. I understand that there is a tabletop prequel coming for Baldur's Gate.
Exactly. So in Baldur's Gate, we think there's one saga, all the different games coming together to tell one grand story of this city. So on September 17th, we're releasing our next tabletop campaign, Baldur's Gate: Descent into Avernus, and it is the next chapter in the Baldur's Gate saga, and it's a prequel to Baldur's Gate 3. So if you haven't played a Baldur's Gate game since Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, this is your chance to check out on the history. It's been about 100 years since the events of Baldur's Gate 2.
Yeah.
So this will give you a chance to check in on the city, to see what's going on, its current state, who the movers and shakers are. And also feature a complete levels 1 to 13 campaign that takes you from the mean streets of Baldur's Gate to the depths of hell itself. And sort of pose to the players a question: do you want to redeem Baldur's Gate or send it to damnation? So we're putting that right in players' hands to make that choice.
Well, I have to ask Sven, it's a question on a lot of people's minds. What can you talk to us about expected release time frames?
So people have been waiting for it for a long time.
Yeah.
They're going to have to wait a little bit more when it's ready. So
nice.
This is the game that we want to play, so we want to make sure it's really, really good. And then
na gut, das ist gut. Sie wollen es selbst spielen halt so, ne?
A long time. And I think I speak for a lot of people here when I say take your time. If the Divinity Original Sin games are any indication of the quality.
Wenn man mal so ein Teil raushaut.
Thanks so much for joining me on stage.
Thank you.
Ist gut, das ist gut so. Nicht so eine Scheiße machen, dann alles ist gut.
Why are they leaving? Well, it's because the PC gaming show has officially concluded. Let's bring up on the stage the fantastic Frankie Ward. Come here, Frankie.
Hello.
Na, machen wir mal den Nintendo-Move. Nintendo macht ja auch mal diesen, immer das Beste zum Schluss. Machen wir extra einen Round dann. Aber auf jeden Fall. Ne, okay.
We want to give an enormous thanks to all of you who tuned in live. We want to, of course, thank all of you who personally showed up this morning, and of course the sponsors who helped make this possible: Epic Game Store, iWin, Frontier, Funcom, Paradox Interactive, Hovercast, Perfect World, Rebellion, Tripwire, and Samsung. As you know, PC gaming is a platform. It's not a publisher or developer.
Und Samsung.
Sponsors are essential in letting us put on this show every year. Thank you so much. And I gotta ask, Frank, any titles you're excited about?
Well, I do love a baby elephant, so definitely Planet Zoo, and slightly more awkwardly then I also want to eat things. Maybe elephants included, so Maneater, of course.
I'm personally looking forward to Songs of Conquest, and as you heard, there's games coming out all across 2019 and into 2020. We hope you all have a fantastic E3. It officially begins tomorrow. Big shout out to all the other press conferences. Hello again, Drop Frames. Good to see you 2 years in a row. We hope you all have a fantastic time at E3 and go play some games and make some friends. See you next year. Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
So. Gut, dann bedanke ich mich immer fürs Zusehen. Bis zum nächsten Mal und beziehungsweise bis zum nächsten PK. Hier geht's gleich noch ein bisschen weiter und ja. Ciao.